might have a car from the from a reasonably close meat packing plant, fruit cars, manufactured goods, and they would all come in and they would all get dropped off at the station and unloaded. So you would have an assortment of vans and open wagons that would pull in, get unloaded, stuff produced in your town may be loaded onto a train. So maybe you were in apple orchard country, and so there would be trains of apples that would leave your freight yard at the appropriate times of the year. And so, you'd have a preponderance of vans parked at certain times of the year, loading with apples, ready to go to everywhere else. Anyway, so I now have, I think, 3 more fields to corn. I want to get the rowing done so we can start baling in the morning. Ooh, I think it's going to rain tomorrow. Game day tomorrow. Might rain here tomorrow. That's not important right now. Oh, that was where my first tornado experience went through. Straight over the train track, straight into my field that had just got planted, and because nothing was growing, it wasn't a problem. I am going to miss, there's 2 bits here. Alright. Since we took it wide, we'll do this bit, and then I guess lift that up. Do some crazy driving. There we go. And that's good. That, lower the thing, and off we go. Yeehaw. I don't know that I really went far enough. I think it's gonna be fine. And that way, and keep going. Now, some of these field boundaries are a little bit tight for this cedar, planter, whatever. But that said, we probably won't have that issue on our next farm, because the next farm will be European and smaller. So the equipment will be smaller, and consequently things will be approximately the same size. So we'll have sort of 4 meter subsoiler, 4 meter cultivator, maybe 6 meter, 4 meter planters, etc., etc. So things will be much closer in usage width than we're doing here. And I should not do that because it drags the wheels sideways as it closes. And next field. Okay, one more big field and 2 small fields. And I think we're going to be good for seed. Yay. And this is all the seed we have on the farm today. And we've got a couple of things that are going to be ready to harvest in the fall, August through October. Actually, no, everything is going to harvest. Some things are going to be early harvest, August, July, August maybe. And then there's going to be a lot of things that are October, November. And, okay, we'll do this row. So, unfold that. Ow! Ow, ow, ow. Turn it on, lower it down, and off we go. Got a bunch of doctor's appointments this month. I think I've got my annual checkup, which no big deal. I do have to get blood tests done before that happens. But earlier than that, I have a visit. They rescheduled my September visit with the back doctor to early August. Not sure if it's next week or the week after, but that will mean I can get blood drawn when I do that, because they're all at the same place. And then goodness, what comes after that? I think that's all I've got scheduled at the moment. But there may be other things follow on from the back doctor visit. Unfortunately, my old back doctor resigned from the medical facility I've been using, so gonna have to have a new one again. Oh, come on. There we go. Brilliant. Probably going to have to go over here and start again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start at the top here, because I want to end up at the bottom of the field, not at the top. All right, drop that, go. Still got 3 things running. So these are all done. We're rolling this one. This needs rolled. These 2 needs rolled. I don't know, because this isn't. This is doing weird stuff, but he's gonna be finished probably about the same time as this one, maybe earlier. And then, yeah, we'll probably bring him up and finish off the smaller fields. I don't know that I don't know I actually need to, because it's not like I've got 3 days. Oh, shoot, my idiot. I did not notice. Okay. So that one has none. I'm pretty sure I reset these ones. Yes. And that one. Oh man, I did it again on that one too. And we'll check these two as well. And that's that one, that one. Oh, man. Okay, so a couple of rows down the bottom there are going to have tram lines in. This one is going to be half tram lines. Marvelous. Problem is, I think the only solution to that would have been to pull up what's in the field with a cultivator and replant it. Oh well. It is what it is. The thing, yeah. Oh, there was a new mod I noticed come out this week that is sort of advanced crop destruction. And reading the blurb, it appears that what it does is is there a row? I thought there was a partial row here. Could be wrong. But yeah, so what it is it says you can drive over any field if you're really, really, really careful. You will not destroy anything, which is kind of cool. So driving at 25 miles an hour, I'm going to rip crop up. But if I go really, really slowly, like 5 miles an hour, then you don't rip up the crop, which is nice. And the size of your tyres doesn't determine whether you rip up the crop. It determines how much of the crop you rip up. So if you've got really skinny tyres, you will only rip up a little bit of crop, even if you're driving at 25 miles an hour through your field. If you're driving at 5 miles an hour through the field, then chances are you won't damage anything. Or if you do little bits of it, it's not going to be significant. So the faster you go, the more likely it is that you rip up crop. The wider your tyres, the more of the crop you rip up when you are hitting that, yeah, I'm ripping crop up. The way I play things, I play the game rules. So if you want to drive through a mature field, you need narrow tyres. If crop has just germinated and is in growth stage 1, you can actually drive over the field with anything you want. It won't destroy anything. So I could use any of my tractors for spraying. There's been some other mods. Unfortunately, as I said, I've been on vacation, so I haven't paid much attention to mods that came out this week. I did notice, at least within the last couple of days, looks like someone has produced a New Holland T6, which I may feature on my next map. There's a rather interesting dealer mod that you can set up the dealership, you can set up how much stuff they have in the showroom and what their primary manufacturer is. So you could have a New Holland dealership that predominantly sells New Holland tractors, New Holland harvesters, New Holland balers, whatever. I think New Holland does a mower as well. You could have a secondary, so you could say it's a New Holland Kverneland or Vicon dealership. And so all the stuff that they have for sale immediately will be one of those things. And then if you want a spec that they don't have, you would go in and say, hey, I would like a New Holland T7, but I want it with wide tyres and weights and a bigger engine. And they would say, we don't have that in stock. If you want to walk away with one, you can have one with a mid-size engine and normal tyres with weights. Or you can put in an order for the big tyres and the bigger engine. And it'll take, a couple of weeks to deliver, much like the real world. And you want to buy a car, or you want to buy the car we have out front, or do you want a specific model of car with specific level of trim? We might have to wait for that, or we might have to phone around local dealerships and see if they're willing to trade one of ours for one of theirs. But interesting looking mod. Not going to use it here. I think there's a couple of dealership mods. The only issue might be is they don't play well together, which could be unfortunate. There's so many things like that came out. I know someone's working on an advanced maintenance mod where you have to change the oil pretty much every 5 hours, working hours, which is a little quick, but it is what it is. I mean, obviously, and I think that's 5 game hours rather than 5 real world hours rather than 5 game hours. So we're running at 3 times speed. That would be 15 hours of in-game time using a vehicle. It's going to need an oil change at the end of that. But then we pay at vastly increased passage of time. So I'm playing 4-day weeks, which leads us to 4-day months, which leads us effectively to 1 game day equals a week of equivalent real time. I don't think I could play a game at 28, 30 or whatever it is days per month. 4 is good. 4 is divisible, and I'm getting to the point now where 4 might not be enough for for getting all the work I want to get done. I mean, fortunately, we have increased the size of our equipment since we started. There's no way I could plant all these fields with a 6-meter planter. Someone finished. Goes the train. Okay, we'll pull up to the end of this row. We'll go check out the someone finished. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, who finished? Well, you're still going. Oh, good. Engine on. Hold it up. Obviously, we don't have an awful lot of... We got more days this month than we have work to do. Go. So, the the rolling's not going to get done today, which in some ways is a tad unfortunate, because I would like to finish that off. But we don't have to fertilise anything until next month, so the 6R is still available for running balers and stuff. I don't know. Should probably start thinking about that. That one, that one. 6R is 203 horsepower, and we have a Crone. That's the square baler, 245. We're going to have to put that on one of the bigger tractors, probably the blue one. And then that's the smaller one, which I can run that on the tiny tractors, but I don't have any spare tiny tractors, so 6R can run that. And we only have the one hayfield that actually needs the big baler. All the rest can be done with the small baler. I don't know where I've put that. And I don't have tractors in every shed now that I can tab between to find it. Still, the sun is setting, so 10 after 6. And as I said, it is due to rain tomorrow, so we are going to have to pay attention to what's going on in the world. Alright, lined up and off we go. Let's check the weather. It's sunshine all the way through to tomorrow night, but it is due to rain tomorrow, so I'm guessing it's raining after 4 o'clock. We should have all of the jobs done by 4 o'clock, which is good. Probably gonna, I'd take the cedar back to the main farm. It's the best place to store it. So yeah, this block of land just to our left here is all going to be full of tram lines too, which, as I said, I can't really do much about. I think there might be a couple of strips there that we need to go over. For now.